Hello and welcome to Summit. It's our midweek edition of the program, and we are glad to be with you again today to talk about national issues and anyway, what's happening in our country, Nigeria. You're welcome. I am Jumoke Michaels. Banji, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Jumoke. One thing that I'm sure of is that there is light, and I'm believing so much so that there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, there are huge challenges confronting us as a nation, and I know our leaders, maybe I should suppose that they are having sleepless nights now to ensure that everything works for us as a nation. My name is Banji Busari. It's a midweek edition, and I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm not really excited this morning, really, but because everything that is happening around us in our economy. But then we have to keep talking about it. And today we'll be looking at issues surrounding the Nigerian Labour Congress. And we are being joined today by the Vice Chairman, NLC Lagos Council, Comrade Olabisi Adebayo Idowu. You're welcome, sir.
Good morning, the friends at home, and I thank God for having me.
Good to have you with us.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah, I know that labor is one of the, maybe I should say, the heartbeat of the nation, because you remain the workforce that the nation relies on for its productivity. And that is why you are always in the news for one issue or the other. But let me start this interaction, this conversation with by congratulating you for the release of your president. That's the NLC president, Comrade Joe Ajaero. He was on his way to UK yesterday when he was intercepted by men of the DSS, and he was whisked to their office for kind of interrogation. Part of the issues that came out was that he was earlier invited, but he turned down he promised to actually come, honor the invitation, but he did not. Yesterday was supposed to be the day he was to visit the DSS, but he refused to do that, allegedly. And that was why he was intercepted and taken to DSS office. And it was based on, DSS is claiming that it was based on some serious allegations leveled against him by men of the NLC itself. Now, tell us more about this.
Good morning, friends at home. Let me start from this. You see, in any democratic setting, whoever is in charge of the affairs of the nation must do everything in a transparent way. Nobody should hide under one finger who is a fool. Ab initio, what the Nigerian police passed across to the nation that they are looking for the Congress president, alleged of trying to truncate the nation, alleged of frivolous allegation. Now he was there with them, and I will not call it as an interrogation. I will look at it as an interview. And they found nothing to hold against him, and he was released. Then why then are we not looking for him? But let me remind the government of the day, they can silence everybody because NLC remain the voice for the voiceless Nigerians.
Now, are you saying that there were no allegations from NLC leadership, some members of the NLC, against the president?
As the DSS
is claiming.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have never seen any crack on the wall from the Congress. Not at all. They are just looking for a cheap allegation, frivolous information to the Nigerians so that they will believe them. They have never established anything. From this to that, which one do you believe? When was that happen? When was that happen? They should come and tell us. They should not hide. Whoever does that, let us know the person. So they are trying to hide under one finger. It's not possible. They can't intimidate us. Nobody stop a moving train. But we are going to give it to them at appropriate time. And they will know that the Congress is intact.
You are going to give it to them?
At appropriate time.
How?
You see, in Nigeria today, you have said it ab initio. Labor creates wealth. And if the National Assembly and the House of Rep fail from their own responsibility, this is what Nigeria will be seeing. Because they've turned themselves to be a rubber stamp, that anything goes. And that's why we are facing these challenges. Nobody disturbed them not to rule. But what we are saying, they've got to that place on the platform of the masses. And then now they cannot use that power again to be dealing with us ruthlessly. Because we are looking at the type of the system they adopted this time around to rule Nigerians as a tyranny system, an authoritarian government, that nobody should say anything. If you are trying to let them know that what they are doing is wrong, they will bounce on you. That's what we are seeing now. This is not the democracy we fought for, all of us. This is not the democracy we fought for.
All right, so I remember that last week when the fuel was increased, the fuel price was increased. I remember that NLC, the Nigeria Labour Congress, released a memo against that step taken by the government, that this wasn't what we agreed at the negotiation table. That when we agreed that 70,000 naira minimum wage, it was agreed that the fuel price will not be increased. Could you throw more light on that statement?
Jumake, would you please permit me to say that they said the government was deceitful? It's told them that if you wanted 250, we will increase the fuel price. So they now said, no, rather than increase the price, the Labour said it to settle for 70,000. So Labour is now saying government was deceitful. So we have to...
Allow me quickly say this to Nigerians. In the process of negotiation, we are saying anything short of 3 digits, we will not agree. That is to say from 100,000 above. But in the process, the federal government came to us pleading that if we insisted to collect this, it means before they can pay Nigerian workers, they have to jack up the fuel price from 1,000 to 2,000. I was saying, no, we are here because of Nigerians. If that should be the case, let's settle for that 70,000 naira. But to our own dismay, the federal government betrayed us. And what happened thereafter? You can see this untold hardship on Nigerians now. After I've agreed, because of Nigerians, that we don't want anybody to be in pains, we settle for 70,000, and what we can see now is almost 2,000 naira, because some people are selling at a rate of 1,005 in various locations. 1,001, 1,004, 1,500. Go and confirm it. Then what are we saying? Are they not deceitful? That one we settle for. And simply because of Nigerians, we have to agree. Because we have seen, we are together to make sure Nigeria move forward. It was based on that we settled for 70,000 naira. But what we are saying now, they should reverse it with immediate effect. They are not sincere. The present government are not sincere with Nigerians. We can say it anytime, any day. They are not sincere.
So your demand now is that they must reverse.
It must be reversed.
To how much?
To 600 or reverting to...
To the status quo. To the status quo.
No, it was 197 when this administration took over. It was raised to 570. So from 570 is now about 900 officially. The black market and all of that is why it is 1,500. So what?
No, black market from the pump from another location. Yes. In Lagos now is 1,000. 1,000 in my own side is 1,100 naira.
Okay, how much are you asking? I mean, what?
We are not asking for anything. They should go back to status quo.
What is the status quo?
You know the status quo before they come to power.
Now.
The status quo is about 100 and something or 200 something.
97.
Yes, because all the discussion, agreement, all the variables and factors which change the constitution at the level of the negotiation has been jettisoned. Then what are we saying? Why are we meeting? Why are we discussing?
If you're asking for the price to be reverted to 197, have you forgotten that the exchange rate, the oil is now a global product. Our oil is a global as a result of what is happening at the international market. One. Then the subsidy that has been removed, are you saying the subsidy should go back?
Come on.
No, tell us.
Is there anything called subsidy? They should stop fooling us in Nigeria today. They made mention that they are owing $6.something billion. How did you come across of that? They have never come on board. You see, we should not accept any information dogmatically from anybody. we must prepare ourselves to demystify it. They brought it to us. See, they should come and explain. Are we owing or not? They did not explain. They will just come on board. In other words, to have their own way. And then National Assembly are there. They are not questioning. They are not asking for anything. And the idea, all our authorities and everything, during the electionary, oh God, may God forgive all of them. Nigeria is in pains.
We are talking about lack of transparency in these informations they are reeling out.
That is it, sir. That is it. Nigerians knows. That's why we are in pain. We are crying. Move around all the countries, the state, in your street, you see it from the faces of the people. People are crying. People are dying on a daily basis of hunger.
Okay, the question is, have you commenced any form of negotiation with the government officially over this reversal that you're asking for? Have you communicated your demands officially based on this?
Definitely. Are you not aware about 6 or 7 demands? I've been communicated to them.
Can you remind us those?
Yeah,
demands?
well, one of it is, they talk about this CNG buses. We have never seen it. We talk about the reversal of the pump price. Then we are talking about the release of the youth incarcerated, the end bad government youth that have been castrated. They should release them immediately. So just to tell you a few of it, about 70 demands have been sent to them. But they've never deemed it fit to call on our leaders for a serious discussion. And simply because I look at all of them that they believe they have monopoly of knowledge and ideas. And I've never seen in any governing society whereby somebody who believes he has everything. No, it's not possible. It was based on that we are talking about the issue of the executive, the parliament, and the local government, the 3 arms of the government. It's simply because everybody knows quite all right, nobody has monopoly of knowledge or ideas. And by the way we are looking at them now, this is not democracy we fought for, all of us.
All right, so we see, ever since the president of NLC, Joe Ajero, had been invited, first by the police and now also by the DSS, we have seen a kind of unity, a unified body from all members of the NLC, supporting him, threatening government that if anything happens to this man, you have us to deal with and all that, even threatening to shut down the country. Why are you people so committed and unified to the leadership of NLC?
Thank you very much. So whoever came to equity must come with transparency and integrity. When you so much believe in your leader, definitely you will not allow anything to touch his pain. And that's what we are doing. I want to prove to the nation. And then if you listen to them very well in the beginning, what information did they give to the masses that is trying to, is sponsoring terrorism? Terrorism. No, they are not coming. They use that one, it does not work. They are not trying to come and polarize the house that within. That one cannot hold water. We know the kind of leadership we are following. So nobody can wake up in a second and be telling us, what can I use to qualify it? It cannot hold water. We know our leader very, very well. Let me tell you something. How I wish. I know the civil society, they can say much about Ajero we are talking about today. And that is why we are saying, have you ever seen anybody, either from civil society or from the TUC or from NSC, saying anything contrary? That God, have you ever heard that? Anything contrary to him? No. We know him. How I wish many people know this guy. He's a fighter, but he's intelligent. He doesn't talk
frivolously.
No. What about intelligence?
Okay, let's get back to the issue of your demands. I'm sure the minimum wage, implementation of minimum wage must be part of your demands. It's for me, it's an unfinished project because you succeeded in arriving at that at 70,000 naira. Tell us about it. How far have you gone with the? I mean, what in your communication with the governors and the stakeholders? even the private sector. When is the implementation going to commence?
Actually, the implementation commenced immediately the time started negotiating. That is to say, if you start paying your own this month, you have arrears to pay. Yes.
You expect them to
they have to. They have to. No, they have to do that. They have to do that. You see, what is going on now as regards this issue of what people call a minimum wage? It's not more a minimum wage now. It's a suicide wage now. Because when you are collecting 70,000 naira, a bag of rice presently now is increasing every day. Got a tube of yam, understand, is between 3,000 to 4,000, 5,000. Just one. What are you saying? And while you can see a tube of yam at the rate of either 4,000 or 5,000, simply because we are seeing new one. Before, it's around 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 naira. Then we are not talking about. It's no more a minimum wage.
So what are you doing to ensure that the state governors even pay that 70,000? You see,
we should stop fooling ourselves in this country. In Nigeria today, we have never seen any state that cannot pay this salary. Yes. The so-called governors, nobody come to them to drag them out as they come and lead. What they should stop now, they should cut costs on frivolous projects. The money is there. Those who that create the wealth, let them enjoy. No state in Nigeria cannot pay that money. Everybody must pay it. The resources are there.
Well, you know that many of them were not even paying that 30,000 naira comfortably, because we heard that even in some of the northern states, they were not even paying that.
Even the East, Abia was prominently in the news for non-compliance, for non-payment of and then the arrears. So what we are grappling with that now, you are saying 70 is even a killer wage.
Yes. Can let me tell you, I've said something. I want you to listen to me very well. Nigerians, listen to me. The governors, what we are saying this time around, they should cut costs. They spend this money unnecessarily. They just spend it anyhow. A project, in fact, they know they can afford to. You see, these are the people that create the wealth of the nation. These people, they use their blood, water, veins, and everything, all their life to make sure move this country forward. Okay, let's start from this. If we are not debating, discussing as regard of 70,000 naira, what are we talking about? The Senate, do you know how much they collect monthly?
And it doesn't delay.
God. They don't discuss it, for God's sake. House of Rep, they don't discuss. House of Assembly, they don't discuss it. And we are not discussing those people that create the wealth. If a senator, one of them came out and opened up. Presently, they are collecting 29 million monthly for one person. And we're not talking about 70,000 for hard-working Nigerians. It's not negotiable. Any governor that cannot pay it in Nigeria of today, he should resign.
But what would you do now that you agreed initially for 70,000 naira for the fuel price not to be increased? Now it has been increased and we are still at 70,000. How would Nigerians cope?
Your members, rather. I mean, they've not fought for Nigerians. They've been fighting for their members.
No. If you listen to me very well, we are not fighting for our members. All of us goes to the same market.
But the minimum wage does not extend to ordinary man on the street.
Hold on.
Who is not...
Invariably, if you see a worker in Nigeria today, he has attached about 15 people. His own immediate family, extended family, and the friends.
And neighbors.
So that you have to know this analysis very well. That when we are saying something, we are not fighting for our members alone, we are fighting for the generality of the nation.
Okay, for an economy that is not performing optimally, the productivity has been very low for several reasons. The exchange rate, the insurgency, and several factors. In fact, the private sector is actually lamenting seriously. Now, in that situation, even if government can afford to pay the required 70,000 naira, are you sure even the private sector, the man who has 2 shops and has attendant superintending those shops, How many of them can actually afford even the 70,000 in this economy?
Okay, that's good. Everything bordering on what we are calling transparency and integrity. What do I mean? Government knows this. There are certain policies that are not welcome now. They have to review that is affecting the private sectors. You can see double taxation. All those things should be revisited. There are certain benefits the private sector must be derived from the federal government. They should do it for them. You see, I've never seen it in any given society where somebody acquire all the knowledge. Nobody has monopoly of knowledge. But by the time you turn yourself to be a tifla, you will know that we may not have anything to show for it. Coming on board to lead, there are variable factors that must bring to the table. While you are trying to do a justice to it, everybody must be involved. A typical example. And when the president came on board the first day and said subsidy is gone, all the stakeholders must be on ground. They will look into it critically. If this won't happen, where do we fall to? If this won't happen, that's what we are still battling today. That is what we are battling today.
Are members of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria your members?
Yes.
All right, so if you look at the terrain, because I know they have really been clamoring for how the federal government will make, business sector, for those of them who are in production and all that, how government can make it better for them. Because somebody was complaining that he bought he uses 20,000 naira electricity. He used 20,000 naira to purchase units for electricity per day. That's somebody who is running just a normal office, not to talk of people who are into manufacturing.
That's about 600,000 in a month.
Into manufacturing and production and all that. What is the stand of the labor? I think I'm just trying to reiterate the question that Banji asked. These people who are into production, manufacturing, what is labor fighting for these people?
If you listen to me very well, I think I itemize certain demand that have been sent to the federal government. Electricity rebate tariff is part of it. That everything should reverse back to the status quo.
They don't even make noise about it again. You just find out that it has increased.
No, that's what we are saying.
You don't even know anything.
No, we are on it. The NSC and TUC, we are on it. Especially the NSC, we are on it too. The electricity tariff increase. We are on it. It's part of demand, they are told you. But it must be reversed. Those are the policies we are talking about that's affecting the profit more than other people.
Okay.
Even though the residential, if you recharge, let's say 10,000 naira, either 20,000 naira or 10,000 naira will give like either one unit that you can use under 1 hour or 30 minutes and then it will go. This is what we are saying. How did they arrive at this? They should come and tell us.
All right.
That's what we are saying. It was based on that I said nobody has monopoly of knowledge or ideas.
You seem to have so much on the table now to grapple with those demands. The fuel price to be reversed
immediately.
Electricity band A, band B, or
yes,
should be reversed.
It was when we started discussing about the present government brought in what we call class system. You understand me? That's the class system. Because in band A, they started giving to the people they believe they can pay. Then those can pay, the class system. The first class, the middle class, and the understanding in this Nigeria. And that is it. How many of us, how many Nigerians today can afford to use 10,000 naira to buy either one unit for 30 minutes?
Okay, let's look at the tools you have used in engaging government or maybe forcing government to accede to your requests. Majorly, people have known you for strikes. That's about maybe the one that is known to us. Are there other things that you do to actually get government to listen to you and implement your demand, rather than mobilizing us to go to the streets? An average man who is not even in the paid service, who is not on salary, he has to go out daily there and work, will not definitely be too receptive to the idea of, come out, let us strike, let us block the roads and all of that. So what other tools do you think over time have you researched upon that you think could be very effective to get those demands achieved without going to the streets?
Thank you very much. I want to say this to all Nigerians, that whenever NSC call for that we should come out, please join the struggle. Let me say this. As a businessman on your own, now you want to buy a pump price at 1,100 naira. Then you are going for a contract or an appointment somewhere. Today, maybe you buy, let's say 10,000 naira. Where you are going to cannot reach the place. Before you get to the place, you have to buy additional 5,000 naira. Just for one day. While you are coming back again, you have to buy additional 5,000 naira. On a daily basis, you are buying 20,000 naira. And you have never achieved your aim. You have been to the place for about 5 times in a week, not in a month.
That's about 100,000.
100,000. Then somebody is now talking about that issue, that it's high time that all of us come together and chase them out. You are not saying they will not join. Are we fighting for only the workers in Nigeria or everybody? And before we resort into that state that we want to come out and protest, we have used several many weapons, the weapons of negotiation, discussion, seriously, mediation, seriously with the federal government or any government that we are discussing with. Until when we have seen that they have dragged us to our nerves, that's the last weapon.
We have had instances that Labour will say, oh, tomorrow we are standing outside, then suddenly overnight, you people will cancel it. And then you leave people stranded. Why do they do that? Thank you very much. I love this question. You see, when such an attitude happens or an action happens, every Nigerian believe they've collected money from federal government. Now let me say this openly. I believe everybody is watching all over the world. The kind of person that is leading us now, Comrade will never compromise for any end. He will never. We know him for that. The reason why such a thing always come all of a sudden, as organized labor, we have our mode of operandum, the way we operate. We have the way we operate. We are organized labor. We observe the law of the land. We respect the law of the land. You see, why we are dragging that issue? The federal government, they hide under that. They will not wait till you pronounce that you want to go, and they will not call us for discussion. And when they call us for discussion, as regard the law, you must listen. As at that time, we don't call off that strike. We suspend it, but many people will not understand that after that discussion, if you are not satisfied, we are coming back. It's not that we look down on anybody or they've compromised. No. But after that, if you listen, if you watch or you follow us very well, we did something the last time that we went on strike, very recently. They did the same thing. The president said no. Even though the veterans will call on him, they will know that they can't blame him because they have been trying to portray him before the followers that is not ready. And just only one day, you see all of them running up and down because they can't believe it that we can go to that level. Because all the light, everybody, maximum cooperation.
Okay, before we go, because time does not seem to be on our side anymore, let me ask. I'm happy you have defended NSC regarding its perceived maybe lack of credibility in terms of negotiation and all that. Let's look at the issue of partisanship too. Okay. Of course, in the recent past now, NLC has got itself so much involved in politics that people now say, oh, they are vested, their interest is vested in a particular political party. So no matter how well this government is performing, they are not likely to cooperate with it. So what can you do? What is NLC doing about the partisanship such that it will remain high when it comes to credibility amongst Nigerians?
Yeah. Thank you very much. It's very simple. You know, there's one thing in life, everybody will be looking for cheap popularity. That's what the federal government is looking for, cheap popularity. What do I mean? Let me use United Kingdom as a case study. We have Labour Party there, owned by workers. We have Labour Party in Nigeria, owned by NLC, registered by NLC. This party has been in existence for years. The first chairman, late Iwanyang, from him to another party. No, we not look at it this time and say, this party, you people are just coming, you know, it was this platform, Labour Party, Mimiko used to win governorship election. The party has been in existence for so long, not now. But when the leadership this time around look at it, the way they are handling the party, say, okay, everybody should come. Let us reorganize this party. It's our party. Even though any worker that you feel you want to go and contest, based on integrity, use this platform to contest. That's what we are doing. That is what we are doing. Okay, let me tell you. I think in either Taraba, I couldn't remember the state now. The same NSC went to that place simply because one of them that was aspiring to become the governor is one of us then, as either the deputy president then, I couldn't remember, contested for the position of governorship something in that state. Do you know what happened? I think APC or PDP won the whole senatorial seat, rep, understand me, and House of Assembly. Do you know this guy? All of them are labeling at partisan. He went there. The guy contested on the platform of APC. The governor, Ajero went there, mobilized everybody, campaign. He did not campaign on the platform of NSU. He campaigned on the platform of APC for that guy to win the election. He won the election, only him. He won that governorship election on the platform of APC. They were not labeling him. And the Labour Party is NLC party, register. It's not that he's trying to party. Let us reorganize. Are you not aware that the former chairman, Aburi, was turned the Labour Party to be, you know, we are looking at the Labour Party as an integrated party, but they have bastardized. It was based on that. I said, you people should come. It's not that you want to contest for anything. Let us reorganize. And who is going to be the leader? It's our party. We register it. You should go and check now if you are lying. It's not contesting for anything. Just to reorganize. Reorganize this party. Our integrity is at stake. All these things that we are doing, we don't like it. We don't want that.
Okay, there has to be a second part to this discussion. We'll bring Mr. Idowu back.
Especially because, you know, let me call it battle, this feud between the NLC and the government. So
it's a developing story.
It's a developing story. So we'll still assess it and then talk about it later. So please, when we call you, please oblige us so that we'll do a review. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me today, sir. Thank you very much.
Comrade Olabisi Adebayo Idowu. He is the Vice Chairman, NLC Lagos Council. Thank you. All right, so we'll move on to the next segment of our discussion today, talking about developmental stride of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration in Lagos State. We'll look at another sector and what he's doing in those sectors. So please stay with us and watch to the end. My name is Jumoke Michael.
And mine is Banji Busari. I really enjoyed this session. I hope you did too. See you again next week.
The first set of beneficiaries of the Lagos Home Ownership Mortgage Scheme, Lagos Homes, has fulfilled their 10-year payment obligations